Lily, where did you go? We're leaving in about 10 minutes, so get back here as soon as you can. What? What do you mean leave? Where are we going? To the hospital. We're going to visit Dad today, right? Oh, that's right. Don't tell me you forgot about it. I just remembered now. But I can't go back. I promised to meet my boyfriend at night. So I have to go to the nail salon and hair salon before that. What? I can't believe you. Your dad is suffering from an illness. Did you forget that he's been told he doesn't have long to live? I can't believe you're prioritizing your boyfriend. Sis, what are you so angry about? Your face wrinkles when you're angry. You'll look even uglier than you do now. What? Whatever, just come home. Me and Jaden are waiting for you at our parents' house, so let's all go visit Dad. What? Jaden's coming too? Of course he is. He's my fiancé. I see. That's right. The fiancé's father is about to die. Of course he's coming. Don't say something like that. He's been told he doesn't have long to live. As I remember, he has about a month to live, right? When that happens, it's finally going to bring me a lot of money. I'm happy to get the company, but I'm also looking forward to the massive inheritance. I don't think he'll give the company to you. I don't think you, who's unemployed all the time and depending on your parents, I don't think you can be the president. Here we go again. Are you jealous of me, sis? What? Because what's the point of working when you can live on your parents' money? Being employed like you doesn't make sense to me, you know? And on top of that, living by yourself is such a waste of money. I'm better suited to be a president because I lead a more efficient life. What kind of logic is that? In this era, it's all about how efficiently you can live. Someone like you, a person full of waste, you can't manage a company, can you? You really don't understand anything about management. Despite living with our parents, haven't you learned anything from Dad? I don't want to hear that from you, who doesn't come home very often. Anyway, come back home. We are going to visit Dad. I don't want to. Do you think Dad would hand over the company to a daughter who doesn't even visit him? I wonder about that. Well, that part doesn't actually matter. What? I have a plan. Well then, bye, sis. Hey, wait a minute. Sis, I have some big news. I got engaged. What? So, the guy I've been dating for a long time proposed to me. He said he loves me so much and wants to be married as soon as possible. We're planning to register our marriage as soon as we're ready. Why at a time like this? What were you thinking about getting married when your father was going through such a hard time? Our deep love for each other can't be stopped by a dying father. Sis, I'm sorry. I got married first. Feeling jealous, huh? I'm more surprised than jealous. What? I wanted to make you jealous. so I messaged you as soon as possible. Oh. Oops. My bad. I forgot to mention his name. His name is Jaden. I'm marrying Jaden. What? It's Jaden, your ex-fiancé. I'm sorry, sis. I stole your fiancé. You're joking, right? Why would he propose to you? Because he loves me. It's obvious. No way. He's engaged to me. And you said you were dating him for a long time? You cheated with my fiancé? Exactly. Did you not notice until now? Come to think of it, when we visited Dad last week, you said you were going on a date that night. Jaden went out that night too. He said he was with friends and he came back the next day. Could it be... We were staying at the hotel together. No way. We had a really good date night. Naturally, things got more exciting when we were in the hotel. When I looked into Jaden's eyes, I knew he was serious about me. He said he would leave you and be with me. And just as I expected, he proposed to me last night. I see. I was so happy. My dad will be gone soon. Now it's decided that the company and your fiancé are all mine. What? Why do you think you got the company? You know, Dad has this thing about not wanting a woman to run the company, right? I overheard him telling everyone he won't let either of us be president. He's going to write that in his will, right? Well, that's what he said when we went to visit him the other day. You weren't there, so how do you know about it? Of course! Jaden told me. Dad only has either me or my older sister as his children. So naturally, the next president will end up being the husband of one of us. In other words, the first one to get married before Dad dies. She will inherit the company. Stealing my sister's fiancé to prevent her from getting married. Now I will be the first one to get married. Honestly, it's such a brilliant plan. Are you serious? I can't believe you. I know you've been working hard all this time to gain Dad's approval as the next president, right? Well, that was really a waste, wasn't it? Having your fiancé and the company snatched away by someone you look down on. How does that feel? It's the worst. You and Jaden are both such jerks. Oh my God, you're so angry. But it's not my fault or Jaden's fault. If he marries one of us sisters, he will get the company. If that's the case, it's only natural that he'd choose me, the pretty one, over the ugly one. And the company will definitely do better if I run it, rather than my stupid sister. I will build up the company with him. I'm building a happy family. So you should just stick to your low-level job at a mediocre company forever, sis. Both of you will regret it. Why? I can't tell you now. Why don't you check the will? What? I can't believe you screamed and stormed out of Dad's funeral. What were you thinking? That's my line. Dad said he wouldn't let the woman take over the company, right? Why does Dad's will say that the company should be handed over to my sister? It's not just the company. It also says most of the inheritance goes to me. Why? Why? Your story doesn't match at all. It's your fault for not listening to me. Mom told me, since you married Jaden, you never visited Dad once. And you didn't listen to Mom's advice either. So what? We're newlyweds. We should be enjoying our new married life together, right? Ever since I took away your fiancé, Mom has been lecturing me and nagging me. We were just waiting for him to pass away, so there's no need to visit him. That way of thinking was your downfall. Because I thought Dad wouldn't change his mind. He announced a decision in front of the family. So based on his personality, I thought it wouldn't happen. He's a stubborn, old-fashioned man. But he's not someone who doesn't understand. He's a man who's been president for decades. He knows there are times when flexibility is necessary. What do you mean? Jaden seems to have a huge amount of debt. What? After finding out about the affair, I did some investigation on him, and a lot of things came out. Not just debts, but crimes he committed when he was a student, and his troubles with women. Crimes? Troubles with women? There's no way he'd be involved in such things. Jaden is a diligent guy. A diligent guy wouldn't cheat on his fiancée. That's... After considering everything, I've come to the conclusion that he approached me for money. Now that he knows he can be president no matter who he marries, me or Lily. I guess he chose you, who seem to be dumb. I told Dad about it and asked him to reconsider. And then, Dad promised to hand over the company to me. Oh no! It's frustrating that I didn't see that my ex-fiancé was a terrible person. But I'm glad you took him from me. No way! Jaden loves me! He proposed to me because he loves me more than you. We were bound by true love. Then, where's Jaden now? After Dad's funeral and the announcement of the will, he disappeared. You haven't seen or heard from him since then. You went looking for him, but he hasn't come back yet, right? He just went to the convenience store or something. Of course he'll be back soon. Since he realized he couldn't become the president, did he abandon you and run away? No way! Oh, really? Well, it's none of my business anymore. I don't care. Sis, why are you being so cold? Just because you got the company and the inheritance, you think you're better than me? I mean, why do you get a larger share of the inheritance? Even if there was a problem with Jaden, I didn't do anything wrong, so Dad's inheritance should be divided equally. What do you mean you didn't do anything wrong? What are you talking about when you took away my fiancé? But ultimately, it's good that you found out about Jaden's true color, right? That's a different issue. But do you know when Dad was young, somebody tried to kidnap Mom? You know that story, right? What? Someone tried to take her hostage to demand money from Dad. I've never heard of that story. He was always telling this story to us. You lived with them for a long time, but you didn't know anything about your father. I wasn't interested. What does that story have to do with anything now? In the end, Dad desperately searched for Mom and managed to rescue her. But ever since then, Dad came to despise people who use others for money and those who try to get involved with someone else's lover. What? It's almost like what happened with you and Jaden. Actually, Dad didn't want to give you any of the inheritance. But he left you a little as a final gesture of kindness. You can use it as a stepping stone to get a job. From now on, live independently without relying on your parents. Oh no! We are lucky that our dad is a kind man. If he were like you, only thinking about efficiency, he wouldn't have wanted to leave you any inheritance. Well, he could have just given the inheritance normally. He's so stingy. Are you serious? You haven't reflected at all, have you? Why do I have to reflect? I absolutely won't accept this will. Dad's company is mine. I'll take all of his inheritance. I'll take everything away from you. If you really try that, I'll call the police. The police? You mean you're going to turn your sister into the police? I don't want an insane woman like you as my sister. As soon as you married Jaden and moved out of the family home, your mother gave up on you too. If you don't want to be locked up, you better live a life of remorse at best. Jaden, who had disappeared, seems to have returned a few days later. It seems he ran out of money, and he was after Lily's meager inheritance. Lily, knowing Jaden's true nature, got seriously furious, leading to a heated physical fight. A few days later, they sneaked into the company I inherited. They were caught by security guards, and both got kicked out together. I originally quit the company I worked for, and am now working hard as the president, inheriting my father's position. I will do my best not to betray the expectations of my father, who believed in me and entrusted me with his company.
What are you doing? You've embarrassed your husband. What? What's wrong with you all of a sudden? Why didn't you get my boss a birthday present? Others at my workplace gave him a present because it was his 60th birthday. I was the only one who hadn't prepared that present. What, your boss' birthday? How would I know about that? What are you talking about? As my wife, you should at least be aware of your husband's relationships at work. At least remember your husband's boss' birthday. Huh? As my wife, you should make sure I had a right gift. Then I wouldn't have been humiliated. And I'm sure if you had prepared a gift for my boss, you'd have gotten me closer to promotion. And yet, because of you not doing great, all my daily effort have gone to sit. You just have to make sure you know what you're doing and be prepared. Don't put that on me. Shut the fuck up. You're a useless wife. A wife is there to support your husband. That's your job, so do it right. I'm not your private maid. I'm not stay-at-home mom anymore. Now I'm working too. I don't have time to take care of you like mom. Don't you think that this is the right attitude toward a husband? You're so quirky with me. You want me to give you a divorce. Divorce? Cheeky, just because you got to make a little work-home money. Listen to me, you're my wife. No matter how hard you work, your first priority is taking care of me. Make sure to make me comfortable. You should support me to promote as quickly as possible. And that's your job. So I'm doing it to some extent, you know. Even when I started working, I still do most of the housework. And then all of a sudden you make me figure out your boss birthday too. Shut up. Don't complain to me. You are just my wife. I'm divorcing you. I can't stand that anymore. You always say you're going to divorce me soon. Seriously, I've already gotten a bunch of divorce papers from the city office. Plus, I've even signed it. You finally understand your position, don't you? If you don't want to get divorced, make sure to make your husband satisfied. Prepare my boss' 16th birthday gift for me by the end of the day. And since we were late to give him a present, it's better to have something more luxurious than everyone else. I have to give good-tasted present. I've never even met your boss, you know, and I don't know his preferences or anything like that. I don't know either, so you, as my wife, do something about it. You're kidding me. Well then, I'm going back to work. Make sure you to prepare it for me to give this to my boss right away tomorrow. Hello, Henley's wife, Claire, right? My name is Isabella, Henley's girlfriend. What? Nice to meet you. I am calling because I have a few things I want to talk about. My husband, girlfriend, what do you mean? What do you mean, just as it is? Me and Henry are dating. Just last month, we celebrated our 2 years anniversary of dating. You've been dating for 2 years? So have you been in a relationship with Henry for that long? Yes, I do, but do you know what that means? Which means I've been waiting for 2 years for him and you to get divorced. What? The reason I contacted you like this today is because I want you to leave Henry. Henry said he loves me the most. He said he doesn't like the wife anymore. He said he loves me. Huh? I wish he could get divorced, Ari, and marry me, but Henry is a very kind man, so I don't blame him. He's too kind to tell you about a divorce. So here I am, contacting his wife with a request on behalf. Okay, I understand the general situation. If you've been together for 2 years, that makes sense. And that's when Harry became called to me. He's crazy nice and sweet to me, though. You want a divorce, but you're ready for it, aren't you? Now that you contacted me as a cheating partner, I'm going to charge you a reasonable fee. Not at all. If I can marry Henry, I can pay you that much. And I've even saved some money for it. So that's how much you want to marry Henry. Because I and Henry are destined to be together. All I want is Henry in that house where I can live with him. So I'll give you my entire saving for that. Wait a minute. You are going to live in my house? What? Isn't it obvious? Because that house is a house that Henry has prepared for me. You rebuilt it just a year ago, right? Yeah, it was an old house, so we remodeled the full things. He said he remodeled it for me because the bedroom, living room, and the kitchen were all made as I like. Huh? He used to say he wanted to kick you out of the house and move in with me as soon as possible. Oh, looking back, he said his opinion a lot at that time. I just thought it was strange because he usually doesn't care about decor, but he cared at the time. Now you understand who is the one he loves more. Well then, I hope you get divorced as soon as possible. I don't care how much you cry. He's mine now. Henry, can I talk to you? I was contacted by a woman named Isabella just a few minutes ago. What? I had no idea. You were cheating on me. How dare you cheat on me for 2 years? Shut up. What do you care if I cheat on my wife? Don't get mad at me for that. Huh? Cheating once or twice is never from it, right? Damn, you're intolerant. Why aren't you? It must be boring for you that I started to make money these days. So you just run off to some other woman. Don't be silly. You're the worst kind of man to do something bad and became defiant. What the hell? You guys have been dating for 2 years, right around the time I started working. And that's when you started bossing me around. And how pathetic you to cheat on me. You. What a cheeky remark as a wife. How dare you call me pathetic? That would be the perfect word for a cheating man. I would divorce him. So get out of my sight. Hey, I'm telling you, why should I divorce you? I'm just playing with her. I'm not going to divorce you. Why, but Isabella is ready to marry you, right? You also say that you love the best, don't you? Well, that's what I say I'm meeting with her, but she's poor at cooking. In that respect, you can cook better than her, and you don't deserve a divorce. That sucks. I can't do your house chores for you anymore. You got to be kidding me. Only one cheating and divorce? Can't you pretend not to see the small things? I don't think so. I can't live with you anymore. What a small-minded wife. You are blowing it out of proportion. Okay, I got it. I'll do whatever you want. I'll divorce you and switch to her. Please have it your way. Oh, it's too late to regret it later. You've only been working from home for 2 years and what you have been making is nothing. You're going to end up living in poverty anyway. I'll make sure to ask for her fee to prevent that from happening. Money means nothing. If you divorce me, you won't even be able to live in your beautiful house. Oh my God, you're going to live alone in a poor city apartment. What? I live in a shabby apartment? Oh yeah, because you'll never live in such a big, beautiful house again. I've gone to all the trouble of not divorcing you, but you're so stubborn. If you disobey me, get out. From today, me and my girlfriend will live in this house. Huh? This is my parents' house. Huh? So you're the one living. This is my parents' house and I own it. So I will continue to live here after the divorce. Oh, hey, what are you talking about? You know this house is mine. What are you talking about? Originally, this house was my parents' house. I must have inherited it when my parents passed away. And when we rebuilt last year, they didn't change the registration. It was still mine. I mean, my house. Oh, is that? I didn't think so. What's with the reaction? Don't tell me you don't know. Or have you been having too much fun cheating on your wife and you become a happy-go-lucky person? I wonder if Isabella has erased your memory. Oh, no. You may be right. Yes. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I forgot until just now. This house is your parents' house, not mine. Are you kidding me? Did you really forget about? I forgot. I mean, I assumed that this is my house. I was so vain. I told her it was my house. So gradually, it really started to feel like my home. No, I strongly have been assuming that this is my house. Are you an idiot? Are you an stupid? Please, Claire, you can divorce me, but just give me this house. I'll pay as much as you want and give you a bigger share of the property. I can't tell her that this house is not mine, but wife's house now. I don't know anything about your situation. This house is my house, my parents' house. I wouldn't give it up on the house for you guys. And what about us? I just heard from Isabella just now. She's already moved out of her apartment and she can move in here anytime she wants. You two can rent a nice apartment together. Don't embarrass me. If it's like that, I'll just buy the house myself. That's good. Okay, 25 million in cash including consideration. I wonder, if you will pay for me 25 million? I think this is a proper amount. It's an old house, but it's been rebuilt and it's beautiful and I should get at least this much. And I wonder if this is what you afford. Well, I know it's tough because you've had a significant drop in income for the past 2 years. Just after the rebuilding of the house began, he changed jobs without any talk with me. Because you falsify your career, you are no longer useful at your new company and have been demoted. It was supposed to be 10 million a year, but it turned out to be 3 million a year. Shut up, you don't have to talk to me about it now. How can you have such an attitude? That's why I had to rush from being stay-home mom to going to work. Somehow I managed to find a work-from-home job that allows me to earn my own living and make some extra money for family. Shut up, you don't make as much as I make now. Huh? I'm already making as much as money as you are. What? I've been a housewife for a long time, and even though I had a working plan, I didn't give up. Thankfully, my current job pays as long as I get results. So already I make about 3 million a year. That's enough for one person to live alone. Oh, no kidding, you've already earned that much. Well, I'm divorced, so I'm going to get my divorce. So find a place you move in. The house is mine and I would never give it away. You can tell Isabella about that. Hey, you're right. I can't believe that house was your home. And Harry actually makes 3 million a year? This is all a surprise or something? I can't get ratings even if I fooled you. The income is true and house is my name. So you cannot live there. Oh no. So don't worry about me. Please take him. I decided to divorce him just like you wanted. I've already got divorce papers from the city office and I've already signed them. Now all I have to do is get him to sign it and get it out. Hey, wait a minute. I don't need someone without money or home. I'm not marrying Harry. What? Does that mean you gonna break up with him? Of course, I always dreamed of marrying Harry and becoming a sparkling housewife. But with an annual income of only 3 million yen, you can't make the dream come true. Even with 3 million, if you work hard and saving money, you might be able to become a full-time housewife, you know? I absolutely hate that miserable life. It's the worst of everything. I told all my friends and parents that I'm almost married. I was bragging that I met a very nice guy. You even said that you're destined to be together. And yet you judge someone like that by their income and damn them. What the hell, money is very important. Well, I won't deny it. So I would demand consideration money from him. What? Consideration money? What are you surprised about? You said the other day that you were ready for this. So, but I'm not marrying Henry, right? Plus, he's lied about his income and house. I'm victim of deception and should not have to pay any fees. That's full other issue. The fact that you cheated knowing he has a wife, and because of that, we were getting divorced. That's why I'm asking consideration money. You can discuss with Henry later about his lies. I absolutely hate that. Why should I pay if I'm not getting married? I would never pay you. Oh, well, I don't have a choice but to call your parents' house. I believe it was the Johnson's Require store in the next town over, right? I won't let you get away with it. You already have the information of your family home. I got all kinds of information from Henry in exchange of 5,000 reduction in consideration money. Unbelievable, I can't believe it. That means Henry sold me. You tried to get one of them to run away, too, and they both did. Please do not contact my parents' house. My parents are very strict and scary. I even hid the fact that he has a wife and not divorced yet. And yet, if they knew I was involved in divorce, they've got to. I can't wait to see what happens. By the way, I just need to press one more button and I can call your parents. I'll be connected to your parents' house. Oh, stop. I will pay you. I will pay your consideration. Just don't call them seriously. Then I like to pay my fee by the end of this week. I'll get back to you later with the amount of bank account. If you are even slightly late, I'll call your parents' house immediately. I demanded $2 million as a consideration money from her. Unfortunately, only $100,000 was paid by the deadline. Immediately, I decided to contact her parents' store and ask for the payment. She didn't expect me showing up. She fell down as soon as she saw me. When I explained the situation, her parents apologized and paid the rest of the amount of the instead. I heard later that when Isabella regained consciousness, her parents yelled at her and threw alcohol bottles all over the stores, and she was incinerated and kicked out of the hometown. And as for my ex-husband, Henry, even though he is a let out of workplace, rumor of a divorce is going around. He is now living in a small apartment and working part-time.